going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network. This is the X Sports Network.
Hey guys, I'm Kyle Hammock, General Manager here at Heritage Automotive, your Chevy GMC dealer in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. I'm from Marshall County, Tennessee, where I went to Cornersville High School. I attended Cumberland University. After Cumberland, I went into the United States Marine Corps to serve the country. After that, I went right back into the car business. I'm very familiar with the car business. I have been around the car business pretty much my entire life. And my commitment to you is to ensure the most competitive new and used vehicle pricing on the market, as well as the best service around. Well, we'll treat you like family here at Heritage Automotive in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
A local law firm respected throughout the state. Generations of clients have turned to Boston, Holt, and Durham since 1948. We assist individuals and businesses with their legal needs, including real estate, property closings, personal injury, employment discrimination, and family law. Our clients get the personal attention and convenience of a hometown law firm with the resources and ability to handle any case. Come see us at Boston, Holt, and Durham.
Years, we've been serving delicious food to excellent people. Bryce Lantern takes pride in authenticity, serving fresh, homemade food to please any member of the family. From mouth-watering to one-of-a-kind steaks served with gourmet marinade, to salad with our signature honey mustard dressing, specialty fruit tea, drafts, and much more. Our food is always prepared daily. Whether you come in with friends or family, you'll appreciate that fresh is better.
Since opening our doors in 1904, Builtwell Bank has existed to be the local economic engine for the communities we serve. No matter if you're buying a car, saving for retirement, or finally buying that forever home, Builtwell Bank is here to help. From personal checking and savings accounts to a full suite of business and commercial banking with treasury management services, we'll make sure you'll have a dedicated Builtwell banker that understands your unique needs and stands by you every step of the way. No matter where you are in Tennessee or Northwest Georgia, there's likely a Builtwell Bank location nearby. Come see us and let our dedicated financial team help you with all of your banking needs. Member FDIC.
There's a reason owners Tyler and Cindy McDowell chose the name In Service for their towing business. They did because it's their goal to be in service for you on the day that you need them the most. In-Service Towing is now known far and wide for their response time because minutes matter when you're broken down. Or their 24/7 availability, you can call them anytime for service. Their professional team with years of experience and their fairness, plus their know-how in dealing with the unexpected. But the thing that In-Service is known best for is how they treat their customers, and that's like family. When you need them, call them 931-843-9098.
The storm doesn't ask. It takes. It tests. It pushes everything to its limit. Some things are built different. Some things are built to last. Tested by the elements. Proven by time. Engineered for whatever comes next. Summertown Metals. Strength in every storm. building dreams that last.
Make your lawn a legacy. At Legacy Lawn and Landscapes, we put more than 16 years of experience into your goals. We won't meet your expectations, we'll exceed them. We offer consultation, installation, maintenance, hardscapes, construction, and land clearing services. Owner John and Jamie Brewer with their team are dedicated to providing the highest quality landscape services to commercial and residential clients in Middle Tennessee. Service, teamwork, results. That's how you leave a legacy.
Got primary care? Find your way to better health with primary care by One Stop Medical. With decades of combined experience, you'll find a one-on-one relationship just like the old days, but with the convenience and technology of today. When One Stop Medical does primary care, it's the best. Call today for an appointment and find your way to healthy living. Serving Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, and Hohenwald. Phone 931-244-8220. Primary care by One Stop Medical at its best.
This is the X Sports Network.
And welcome in everybody to the X Sports Network. Taylor Plott here alongside our producer extraordinaire, Kevin Wright. We are still here at the Summertown Smackdown. This is now game 3 of the evening. The Hampshire Lady Hawks are still on the court. They'll be facing the Perry County Lady Vikings. Starting on the floor for the Lady Hawks, looks like we have number 5, Liberty Ames, number 24, Bella Pugh, also number 15, Whitney Atkins, number 22, Sydney Gilliam. It looks like we also have, I believe it's Bailey Martin that is out there, and number 14, Abigail Smith. For the Perry County Lady Vikings, you got number 22, Dakota Wagner, number 23, Emma Rose. Also got number 5, Alexis Hamberry. And I'm having trouble seeing some of the other numbers on the opposite end of the court right now. As the head referee makes her way to the stand, and we will be getting set for the first set. Best of 3 in this tournament. Perry County serving first. That one's going to be tipped up. That one finally falls after it's batted around. That's going to be a point 2. Perry County. Serve is going to be up, and that's going to be out of bounds. Another point to Perry County. Quickly 2-0 here in this first set. Serve is up. That one goes and hits the net, so quickly 3-0 in favor of Perry County. Serve is up. It's going to be poked over by number 5, Liberty Ames. That one's looks like there's maybe some interference or something And that's going to be a point to Hampshire. Number 25, Olivia Carroll. Looks like she's coming into the match for Perry County. Serving it is Abigail Smith. Excuse me, that is Bella Pugh for Hampshire. That'll be another point for the Hampshire Lady Hawks. Now they're back into the match, 3-2. So Bella will serve once again. And that one is going to end up being long. And is now 4-2 in favor of the Lady Vikings. It's going to be number 5, Alexis Hanbury, serving for Perry County as that one's served up. That one's going to end up being hit right into the net. That's going to be number 8, Emma Rose. Now it'll be Liberty Ames for Hampshire serving. 4-3 is your score in favor of Perry County. That one's going to be out of bounds, almost in front of me in the stands. And now it's 5-3. And now number 22, Dakota Wagner, is serving for Lady Vikings. Serves it right into the net, and that's going to be a point to Hampshire. So just like that, Lady Hawks serving once again. Number 7, Bailey Martin, will be serving it to Perry County. Here it comes. That one's going to be right in front for an ace. Serving it right into no man's land right there towards the front end of the net. That one's going to be almost taken off the floor, batted around, and that's going to go into the stands. Another point for the Lady Hawks. They have now taken a 6-5 lead. Bailey still serving for the Lady Hawks. This one's served back, and that's going to be out of bounds. That's touched by Hampshire, and that's going to be a point to Perry County. It's all tied up at 6 apiece. Emma Rose now be serving it. As we got another substitution, this one for Hampshire, number 10, Jaden Scroggins is coming in. That one's going to be served and just inside of the line. Very good serve there by number 23, Emma Rose. It's now 7-6, Perry County. Back and forth action. Start this first set off. That one's hit right up at the net. That's a good block right there by Perry County. It's now 8-6. Number 15, Macy Young, up there near the net with the action. That's going to be served. That's going to be out of bounds. So Hampshire will get the serve again. Now down by 1, 8-7. As Jaden Scroggins serving it once again for the Lady Hawks. Tip. Good tip right there by number 24, Bella Pugh at the net. And is now tied back up at 8 apiece. That one's just mishandled by Sydney Gilliam at the net. Now Perry County goes back in front by 1. This is Emma Marcel, who was serving for Perry County. That one's going to be smacked right into the net by Whitney Atkins. And now a 2-point advantage for the Lady Vikings. Now it's going to be served into the net. And quickly another point for the Hampshire Lady Hawks, as it will now be Gilliam who's going to be serving it for Hampshire. 10-9 here in the first set. That's going to be misjudged by Gilliam. That would be a tough play anyway, kind of at a weird angle. Number 4, Bella Warren on the serve for Lady Vikings. This will be tipped around now by the net, and good. Kill right there by number 5, Liberty Ames. This is Whitney Atkins serving for Hampshire. That's going to be tipped up by the net. A good setup for the Hampshire Lady Hawks, and that one's going to be perfectly placed, it looks like. That should be inbounds, I think. Nope, just out of bounds, so that's going to be a point to Perry County. Very close to the line over there. It's now 12-10. Olivia Carroll will be serving for Lady Vikings. And this back and forth first set, that one's going to go under the net. And now the Lady Hawks down by 1 again, 12-11, as Bella Pugh will be serving once again for the Lady Hawks. That one's just barely over the net. Tipped around and just in front of a diving Whitney Atkins, unable to get to it, 13-11. Alexis Hanbury will serve it across the net. That's going to be kind of miscommunication there with the Lady Hawks. Should have been an easy one to handle, but not the case this time. 14-11 in favor of the Vikings. That one's just barely over the net too. Diving to try to get that was Abigail Smith. That one's going to end up being out. That's going to be a point to Hampshire. Could be served into the net. It's Gianna Marks. 15-12. And that's going to be perfectly placed ace there by Dakota Wagner. Put it right in that back corner where nobody could get to it. And she's ready again. Maybe she can get back-to-back aces. That's going to be hit right into the net by Bailey Martin. And now biggest lead of the match here for Perry County, 17-12, up by 5. Be sent over. Looks like we had someone reach over, and we did. Perry County reached over, so that's going to be a point to Hampshire, 17-13. There's Bailey Martin serving for Lady Hawks, sends it over. That's going to be misjudged. It looks like it did go out of bounds. So I say misjudged, actually was judged very well. Point to Perry County, 18-13. As that serve from Bailey Martin was just a little too long. We'll have number 15, Macy Young, come in for Perry County. As that was Emma Rose serving for the Lady Vikings. That one goes out of bounds, 14-18. As Abigail Smith takes the ball, will serve. That one's perfectly placed right in that back corner. It's a nice ace there by Abigail Smith, so she'll serve again. 18-15 is your score. Largest lead of the game so far was Perry County by 5 just a few moments ago, but Hampshire's starting to chip away. That one served right into the net. That one actually gets over. What a play at the net by Bella Warren. It's going to be served towards the back and taken care of by Perry County. Tipped up by the net, and that's going to find a spot. It's a good play right there by Bella Warren. 19-15, your score now. As Perry County will now serve, and that's going to be Emma Marcel serving once again. That one's going to be sent. It looks like it's going to be just out from that sideline. That's going to be a point to Hampshire. As Sydney Gilliam will be serving once again. 3-point game here in this first set. And now we'll have Liberty Ames come back in as the referee has some discussion with the front line there for the Lady Hawks. The serve is sent. And it's handled by Perry County. Quick flip over, and that's going to be kind of a miscommunication, no man's land right there. Two players just right in front of themselves. Really couldn't handle that one. And that's 20-16. Bella Warren now serving for the Lady Vikings. That was going to be sent well out past the back line. It's going to be 20-17 now. There's Whitney Atkins now serving for Hampshire. She sends it. That's going to be a perfect play at the net by Liberty Ames. She made a couple good plays so far today. And Lady Hawks starting to chip away at that lead. 20-18 now. That one's sent. And almost just like what Hampshire had a little bit ago, just two players going at the ball at the same time. That's going to allow this to become a 1-point lead for Perry County. Lady Hawks trying to tie this thing back up. Serve goes back. It's going to be a long one to have to go back over the net. Done well, though. The play by Whitney Atkins. That was going to be sent over by Sydney Gilliam, and that's going to end up going out of bounds after Perry County touches it, and we are tied now at 20 apiece. Whitney still serving for Hampshire. That's going to end up getting right on the line. Perfectly placed ace And Hampshire has taken the lead after being down by 5. Not that long ago, they have come climbing back, and now they have a 1-point lead, 21-20. Another serve by Whitney. That's going to be another ace by Whitney, too, for Hampshire, 22-20. And now we got a timeout for the Perry County Lady Vikings, and we will take it with them. You're watching the Summertown Smackdown here on the Exports Network.
There are now more ways to save at Quick Mart. Become a Quick Club member and easily earn rewards on qualifying purchases at Quick Mart convenience stores using the Quick Club app, available on the Apple App Store and Google Play. To save on fuel for work, use the Fuel Rewards Pro app to earn 5 cents a gallon on work fill-ups and redeem the savings for yourself. To get started, visit fuelrewards.com/pro or download the app in the Apple App Store and Google Play.
This is the X Sports Network.
And welcome back into the Exports Network. Taylor Plott here alongside Kevin Wright, our producer. 22-20 is your score in favor of the Hampshire Lady Hawks. They were down by 5 in this first set not that long ago, but they have come climbing back and have taken this 2-point lead. And there will still be Whitney Atkins serving for the Hampshire Lady Hawks. Back-to-back aces for her. Let's see if she can make it 3 in a row. That one's going to be towards the back, but playable. And tipped up, served back over by Perry County. That's a tough one that Bella Pugh had to get to, but she did for the Lady Hawks. She sets it up. Sent over, just right over the net by Bailey Martin. Bailey sitting it back over. Good play back there by Emma Rose, and that one's going to fall in for another point, 23-20 in favor of the Lady Hawks. 2 points away from taking this first set of 3. Another serve, another good serve by Whitney Atkins. Hampshire has caught fire with her serving these past several points. 1 point away from taking this first set. Sent right over the net, and that's going to end up being saved. That was a great save over there, but unfortunately hit it out of bounds. That's number 4, Bella Warren, who is coming over there with a diving save, but no luck on that one, and that's going to be the end of the first set. Hampshire takes it 25-20. We'll be right back here after some quick commercial breaks for the second set of the best of 3 here on the Exports Network.
Southern Craft Manufacturing is dedicated to creating the finest quality and greatest value products in the death care industry. Southern Craft has perfected blending old world craftsmanship with modern manufacturing technologies to create a full line of steel, wood, and corrugated caskets. Family owned and operated for over 30 years, Southern Craft is now looking to hire local and regional truck drivers, welders, and production workers, each with great starting pay and a benefits package. For more information, visit southerncraftmfg.com.
The Raptor Series from Hustler Turf. A premium line of residential mowers designed with a wide stance for operator comfort, a one-piece 11-gauge steel frame and welded steel deck for added durability, finished off with premium Kawasaki V-twin power. We are Hustler Turf, and this is Hustler Country.
For high school athletes, every game counts. You push your limits and you chase your dreams. But when injury strikes, you need more than just recovery. At Southern Tennessee Orthopedics, we're here to get you back in the game faster and stronger. From cutting-edge treatments to personalized and compassionate care, we're here for your every move. Our specialized team of experts encompass decades of experience in sports-related injuries. Dr. Paul Thomas, Melanie Durham, and Julie Marcus offer the most comprehensive care from diagnosis to recovery. With advanced treatments and tailored rehabilitation plans, we'll help you heal stronger and faster. Trust Southern Tennessee Orthopedics to keep you at your best because your future is worth it.
This is the X Sports Network.
And welcome back, everybody. Taylor Plott here alongside our producer extraordinaire, Kevin Wright. We're in the second set. Hampshire took the first one after being down by 5, ended up winning by 5. As Bella Pugh sends it over to start things off in the second set. Best of 3. That one's going to end up being the first point for the Lady Hawks. As Bella sends it over, and that one's going to be just outside of the end line, and that's going to even this thing up to 1 apiece. As Olivia Carroll will be serving for the Lady Vikings. That's going to be misplay there by Jaden Scroggins. Ball came right at her chest, and she couldn't really tip it up. There's another serve by Olivia. Right back to Jaden. That one's played well. Will be sent over by Bailey Martin. Tipped over by number 4, Bella Warren for Perry County. She's going to get another opportunity here. Here it comes. Bailey Martin sends it back over. Well played by Perry County. It's going to be Emma Rose sending it back over. Excuse me, Alexis Hamberry, not Emma Rose. That one's going to be way out by the Hampshire Lady Hawks. 3-1 your score in favor of the Lady Vikings right now in this second set. And these tournament games are best of 3 with a time limit. Right now there's 43 minutes and 33 seconds and counting on the clock. So far, none of the games today have ended with the time. They've just ended with the actual game coming to an end via sets. As Perry County gets another point, now up 4-1. Olivia Carroll still serving back there for the Lady Vikings. She serves it just over the net. This could be misplayed by Sydney Gilliam. And Perry County up once again. This time by 4. They're leading as much as 5 last game. Be served. That one's going to end up going right into the net. It's going to be the second point of the set for the Lady Hawks, as number 9, Jana Marks, comes into the game. She serves it. It's going to be just wide. Another Perry County point, now 6-2. As Alexis Hamberry is now serving for the Lady Vikings. That one's sent over. As we serve back to the corner, that's going to find its way in for another point for Perry County. And this matches their largest lead of the match so far. Barely crosses the net and almost tipped over by Jaden Scroggins, but couldn't get enough on it. That's going to fall for another Perry County point. And one diving effort there by Whitney Atkins. Unfortunately, the tip went right into her teammate, Sydney Gilliam. And it's quickly 9-2 in favor of Perry County. That one, another serve that's just going to end up being right near the ground and can't do anything with it. 8-point game. As Alexis Hanbury serves once again, another one that's just going to be right down towards the ground, and we're going to have a timeout called by the Hampshire Lady Hawks head coach. 11-2 is your score in favor of Perry County, their largest lead so far of this match. We'll be right back with more action here from the Summertown Smackdown on the X Sports Network.
Being raised in Tennessee, we believe in the importance of family and community. Creating a positive experience at our family-owned and operated business is one of the ways we share that belief.
Being in an accident can be extremely stressful. When it came time for my repairs, Mashburn's made it easy.
I am lucky to have a wonderful company in my community like Mashburn's Collision Center. It's reassuring to know that I'm in good hands because their work is second to none.
We pride ourselves that the Mashburn name is one of the most trusted in Lawrence County since 1981. Mashburn's Collision Center. Let our family take care of yours.
This is the X Sports Network.
And welcome back to the action here. 11-2 is your score in favor of the Perry County Lady Vikings. Hampshire's trying to get back onto the board here. That one won't work, though, as that goes wide back. And it's now 12-2. Hampshire's going to have to get something going here. They did win the first set, so if they lose this one, there will be winner-take-all set number 3, as that one's going to be misplayed by Bailey Martin. 13-2 now. Perry County really taking over this set, really from the get-go. As this one served yet again by Alexis Hanbury. To be tipped over by Bella Warren. And set up and sent back over. That was a good play by number 9, Gianna Marks. She'll get another try there. That one's going to be wide, but tipped back over. That was a quick play there by Olivia Carroll. And that's going to be just wide from Jaden Scroggins. 14-4 with Perry County still serving. Hampshire trying to get something going here. That one is going to work, it looks like, and it will, as they'll finally get another point on the board and be able to serve here. 14-3, as Abigail Smith will serve for the Lady Hawks. And sent over. Just barely crossed the net. Good play at the net by Jaden Scroggins. That one's going to be sent back over by Alexis Hanbury. And then sent back over by Jaden Scroggins once again. Miscommunication by Perry County. That was going to be hit right into the net. Another point here for Hampshire, back to back. Now 14-4. Hampshire was down by 5 in the last match and came back strong and ended up winning that first set, and they are now getting a lot more points here recently. 14-5 now, a 9-point game. That one's sent right into the net once again. Perry County, after they were starting very hot, now they have cooled off completely. 5 straight points now for the Lady Hawks. It's going to be 4 straight points now for the Lady Hawks. That one's going to be sent over the net finally by Perry County. It's going to be played at the net by number 4, Bella Warren. That's going to be sent over and out. And now that is 5 straight points for the Lady Hawks. We saw them storm back last match. They're trying to storm back this one too. That's going to be sent. That's going to be in. Another ace for the Lady Hawks. Number 14, Abigail Smith, receiving that one. Now it's a 6-point set. That one's sent over. That one's still going to be in play. That's going to be a tough one, though, for the Lady Vikings, but they get it done, though, as that was a miss hit at the net by Sydney Gilliam. So Perry County stopping the bleeding there, as they'll now get a chance to serve up 15-8. That one barely over the net, well handled, though, by Abigail Smith. Will be sent over by Sydney Gilliam. Here comes Perry County. This could be tipped over by Dakota Wagner. That's going to drop for another point for the Lady Hawks. Now back to a 6-point match. This will be Jaden Strogans serving for the Lady Hawks. So that one gets over to the net for Sydney Gilliam. Here comes Wagner. That one's going to be tipped. That's going to be Emma Marcel, I believe, that tipped it errantly, and that's going to be out of bounds for another Lady Hawks point. 15-10 now. They're trying to make it interesting, are the Lady Hawks. That one's going to be served and hit right at the net. And that's going to be a diving play by number 10, Jaden Scrogans, keeping the ball alive for the Lady Hawks. Here comes Marcel, and she's going to end up getting it in. Crucial point there for Perry County. One sent over by Perry County. This could be sent back over by Jaden Strogans. Tough play there for Perry County. That's going to end up being a point for the Lady Hawks, as they're still trying to stay within striking range. Only down by 5. They won that first set. I mentioned before they were down by 5, and they came back and took the lead and didn't look back. They come back and win this set. And they'll win it 2-0, but that one's going to be sent into the net by Sydney Gilliam. And it's back to a 6-point game in favor of the Lady Vikings, as Emma Marcel is going to serve it again for Perry County. It's going to be a great serve, cannot handle it for the Lady Hawks. Marcel sending it over once again. That one's going to be played well by the Lady Hawks, sent over by Whitney Atkins. That's going to be a point for Hampshire. Whitney Atkins serving for the Lady Hawks, sends it over, just tips over the net. That's going to be a point for Perry County. Whitney Atkins really helped the Hampshire Lady Hawks storm back in that first set. She had back-to-back aces, and she gets the tip there from the serve. It's going to end up falling out of bounds once again for the point for Perry County, as they are 5 points away from evening this match up at 1 apiece going into the third and final set. We approach 30 minutes left to play of game time in this match. And that's going to be another point for Perry County, 21-12. As it looks like the fire that the Hampshire Lady Hawks had is now very much dwindled away as Perry County just outside of the line on that serve, and that's going to be a point for Hampshire. That's going to be Bella Pugh now serving it for the Lady Hawks. As she sends it over. Diving play by Dakota Wagner. That's going to be a point for the Lady Hawks. Let's see if they have another run in them. Down by 7 right now, 21-14. That one's going to be sent over the line. Easy serve to just watch for Perry County. 22-14 is your score. This one served on a line drive that was handled well by the Lady Hawks. Diving at the net and actually looked like maybe going under the net maybe, was Alexis Hanbury, and that's going to be a point for the Hampshire Lady Hawks. Liberty Ames serving it for the Lady Hawks to be played in the back by Dakota Wagner. That's going to end up falling for another point for Perry County. Be sent right into the net. That was a miss serve there by Alexis Hanbury. Still a little life for the Hampshire Lady Hawks as Abigail Smith serves, and that's going to end up being out of bounds on the serve. 24-16. That's going to be game point coming up for the Perry County Lady Vikings, as Bella Warren will be serving it for that game point. Here it comes. It could be in the back. That's going to be inbounds, called right on the line. And Perry County evens this match up at 1 apiece, taking this second set. We go to the final set, winner take all, coming up next here on the X Sports Network.
At Smith Tax and Business Service, we offer many services. Along with personal income tax prep, we also offer tax preparation for corporations and partnerships. If you're a small business and looking for some extra help, give us a shout and we'll get you fixed up. Call Mary Beth Smith, Marion Matthews, Brooklyn Bates, or Michelle Staggs to find out how we can help you. Located at 208 Pulaski Street, phone 931-244-6633.
Jack Davis Insurance, located at 201 West Gain Street in Lawrenceburg, has you covered through life's obstacles. Jack Davis specializes in group insurance for businesses and institutions of all sizes. With coverage for life, accidents, cancer, critical illness, short-term disability, dental, and vision, Jack Davis can customize a plan to meet every need. Now available Medicare plans for seniors. Contact Paige Davis at 931-492-9284 today for Medicare Supplement, Medicare Advantage, and prescription drug plan insurance. Serving Lawrence and surrounding counties since 1987, call the team at Jack Davis Insurance today at 931-242-5225.
Shop McMaster's Home Gallery for furniture, appliances, and more. And shop quality, shop convenience, shop service, shop local. A family-owned business with a long history of serving the region. We're a one-stop home furnishings destination. We feature brands you know, competitively priced, backed by professional installation and service. You can trust that we'll take good care of you before and after the sale. For your home, shop smart. Shop McMaster's Home Gallery today.
This is the X Sports Network.
And welcome back to the X Sports Network. Taylor Platt here alongside Kevin Wright. We are in the third set of the best of three. Hampshire took the first set, and then the Lady Vikings of Perry County took that second set. Perry County was dominant for most of that, but they allowed Hampshire to come back and try to make it a ball game. But nonetheless, Perry County coming through, tying things up at 1 apiece. Hampshire gets the first point of this last set. There's 26 minutes and counting on the clock. And so far, these games have not ended via the time limit. Let's see what happens with this one. That's going to be sent up at the net for Jaden Strogans to send over for the Hampshire Lady Hawks. Sent back over from Perry County. That is number 25, Olivia Carroll, and that finds an open area and is tied up at 1 apiece now. After this game, we will have the final game of the day here on this beautiful first day of August. That's going to be between the Lawrence County Wildcats and the Perry County Vikings will stay on the court. Hampshire gets the point on that one, now 2-1. And Gianna Marks will be serving once again for the Lady Hawks. Here it comes. Clears the net and in for an ace. That's perfectly placed. Just barely got over the net right into the middle of the Perry County team. As an ace for Gianna Marks. So she'll look to go back-to-back here. 3-1 in favor of the Lady Hawks right now. As she'll serve it. That one gets well over the net and handled back there by Emma Rose. That's going to be sent and spiked over very beautifully by number 4, Bella Warren. And she hit that one with some intent for sure, and it found the empty back spot behind the Perry County defense. It's going to be the Hampshire defense. This one's going to be sent over by Gianna Marks. And that's going to fall for another Perry County score as this thing's going to be tied up 3-3. And it's served by Alexis Hanbury for Perry County. It's going to be quickly sent over by Bella Pugh. To be hit the net, diving effort by Whitney Atkins, still alive for the Hampshire Lady Hawks. That one's going to be sent over by Joden Strogans. That's going to end up, looks like it's going to drop. That's going to be a point for Perry County. This set's kind of starting like the first set did. It was back and forth for a long time, and then Perry County ended up taking a 5-point lead, only to lose it to the Hampshire Lady Hawks as they ended up winning that first set. And it's going to be misplayed by Gianna Marks. That's going to be another point for Perry County, 5-3. That's going to be served. That's going to end up going under the net from Alexis Hanbury. It's going to be a point for the Lady Hawks. That's going to be sent over by Jaden Scrogans. That's going to be misplayed on the back end of things for Perry County. And we're back tied at 5 apiece. Literally how the first set of this match went. And that's exactly how this third set's going. Another misplay at the net. That ball actually hit the net first. And Emma Marcel for Perry County couldn't adjust to it. That was a tough play anyway with it hitting off the net. 6-5 now in favor of the Lady Hawks. Marcel sends this one over. No misplay there. This could be tipped over and spiked down by number 22, Sydney Gilliam. Now the Lady Hawks have a 2-point lead. Third set going to first to 15, win by 2. That one's going to be another point for the Lady Hawks. And now we got a timeout from the Perry County head coach as she tries to instill some fight in her girls as they are down 8-5 right now in the final set. We'll be coming back after these short commercial breaks on the Exports Network.
Make your property rock and roll with services from G&S Excavating, specializing in white sand, compost, mulch, topsoil, landscape gravel, and steel landscape edging. Turn to the pros who know how to make your project shine with years of experience. The best part is they're locally owned and operated. Choose from a vast selection of mulch and rock from their conveniently located facility at number 3 Valley Road in Lawrenceburg, just off Buffalo Road. Phone 931-279-3841 and get started today.
This is the X Sports Network.
And welcome back to the X Sports Network. Taylor Plott here alongside Kevin Wright. 8-5 in the final set. First to 15, win by 2 as Scroggins sends it over for the Lady Hawks. That one's going to be sent back towards the back line. That's going to be in. What a play there by Abigail Smith. 9-5 your score. Lady Hawks starting to catch fire here and starting to pull away after Perry County pretty much dominated that second set. That one's going to be an errant serve, though, by the Lady Hawks. Still up by 3, but now Perry County will be serving with Bella Warren taking the serve for the Lady Vikings. That one's going to be sent. That's going to be, looks like it's just out. Now it's 10-6 with the Lady Hawks serving once again. Abigail Smith will be doing that. She'll send it over. That's going to be quickly put back over the net by the Lady Vikings. That's going to end up being tipped around and misplayed at the net by Whitney Atkins. 10-7 is your score. Serve goes back to Perry County as number 23, Emma Rose, will be serving it for the Lady Vikings. Down by 3, looking to try to even this back up. That serve's going to be sent towards the back. Going to be played by Scroggins. That's going to be tipped up. That's going to be served, hit back over by Whitney Atkins. So that's going to be falling right at the net for another point for the Lady Hawks. We'll now have Sydney Gilliam serving for Hampshire. She sends it over, just barely over the net. That's going to be hit over by Dakota Wagner. And Perry County will get the point on that one, 11-8. And Marcel sending it over for the Lady Vikings. That's going to be sent. That's going to be out of bounds. Very close, though, by Liberty Ames. And Lady Vikings starting to fight back. Back-to-back points, 11-9. This is going to be a long send over, and that's not going to do it. As Abigail Smith hits it right into the net. Now it's a 1-point game, as the Lady Vikings are now coming roaring back. Alyssa Hanbury sending it over for Perry County, but that's going to be too far. 12-10. As Whitney Atkins, probably the best one you want right here for the Hampshire Lady Hawks. She had back-to-back-to-back aces in that first set to really take over. Let's see what she does here. Barely over the net. There's an ace right there. 12-10. It's going to be 13-10. Whitney sends it over once again. That one's going to be played back in the back by Bella Warren. Sent back over by Perry County. Tipped up at the net. Here's Scroggins. She sends it over. That's played by Dakota Wagner. It's going to be tipped up. It's going to be hit one of the wires on the top of the basketball goal, the part that helps extend the goal up. That's going to drop in for a point for Perry County at 13-11. be sent over by Dakota Wagner. It's going to be just over the net and falls just in front of Abigail Smith. That's going to be another point for Perry County. They've cut it to 1 now. Getting right down to the wire. Got a lot of time left, though, 15 minutes, so this is going to end before the time expires, most likely, as that one's going to be sent over by Wagner. It's going to be played up at the net, and that's going to end up being tipped over outside out of bounds. And we are tied up, and that's going to lead to a timeout by the Hampshire head coach. 13-13 is your score in this final set, best of 3. We'll see who takes it all coming up next on the Exports Network.
At Lawrenceburg Federal Bank, we're proud to be locally owned and operated because we're not just a bank, we're family. When you call, you'll be greeted by a friendly representative who's ready to discuss your banking needs, as well as offer our competitive rates on CDs and money market accounts. Our loan decisions are made in-house and never sold to a secondary market because our commitment is simple. You matter to us. At Lawrenceburg Federal, we offer all the conveniences of larger banks with a personal touch. Join us at Lawrenceburg Federal Bank, where community, trust, and service come together.
And welcome back to the Exports Network. 13-13 apiece. Perry County serving it. Wagner for Perry County serves it. Quickly tipped back over by Whitney Atkins. Set number 3 here. 1st to 15, win by 2. Time limit really not a factor. That's well played at the net by number 5, Liberty Ames for the Hampshire Lady Hawks. They are 1 point away from taking this game against Perry County, as Bella Pugh will be serving it for the Lady Hawks. 14-13. She sends it over. That's going to be hit. That's going to be a tough play by Perry County. They do get it, though. Send it back over the net. Quickly tipped back over by Pugh. Hampshire now has it, setting it up. Here comes the spike, and that's going to be stopped right at the net by Perry County. Liberty Ames was attempting that, and that was stopped very hard at the net. Good defense. 14-14 now. So that means the next point will not win. They'll have to continue. As it's sent over, that's going to hit the net. And now the Hampshire Lady Hawks have the advantage, up 15-14. As Liberty Ames will be serving it for the Lady Hawks. Here comes the match point. That's going to be sent over. It's going to be played well by Perry County, sent over by the net. That's going to be tipped up and back outside, out of bounds by Perry County. And that's going to be the game winner for the Hampshire Lady Hawks. They win first set, lose the second one to Perry County, win that one 16-14. And so the Hampshire Lady Hawks, they are done for the evening, but the Perry County Lady Vikings will be staying on the court. They'll be facing Lawrence County Lady Cats here very soon on the Exports Network. For Kevin Wright, I am Taylor Plott. Thanks for tuning in for the match between the Hampshire Lady Hawks and the Perry County Lady Vikings. We'll be back on here at the Exports Network with our last game of the evening for the Summertown Smackdown.
This is the Exports Network.